Apple just threw out a decade of design language. And honestly, I'm here for it. This isn't just about the looks. It changes how you actually use your Mac, your iPhone, or your iPad. So instead of all the updates, I'm breaking down the 5 changes that actually matter for your everyday use, and a few that didn't land. Oh, and one more thing, they've dropped version numbers too. Everything's now named by year. So Apple's calling this new look liquid glass, a fluid, light-bending digital material designed to feel alive, more immersive, and more human in how we interact, while visually complementing the curves of modern screens. And it behaves like this digital blend of water and lenses, glowing, flexing, and adapting instantly to your touch and your surroundings. All these static panels are gone. UI elements now float, they shift, they reshape dynamically, with menus expanding right from where you tap. Paired with this liquid glass, the interface only shows what's relevant, and it hides the rest until you reveal it with a gesture. Take the iPhone camera app. At first you just see the photo or the video modes. Swipe across to reveal more options, or just swipe up to access advanced pro-level controls. This is now the design foundation across the iPhone, the iPad, the Mac, Apple TV, and even the Vision Pro. And it's something developers can start building with today. While there are some visibility issues to iron out, these can be fixed during the beta period. The iPad has evolved from a simple content consumption device into a serious creation tool. And for years, users have asked for multitasking and file management to keep up. With the new iPadOS update, you can now resize app windows freely, just like on a Mac. By grabbing them from the corner, you can snap windows into corners or arrange them side by side, making multitasking feel intuitive and fluid. There's even a Mac-style menu bar now, giving you quicker access to app controls and system options. And more demanding tasks like video exports can finally run in the background, so you're not locked up while the iPad catches up. There's also this brand new preview app, just like on the Mac, and that lets you open, annotate, and sign PDFs or images without relying on third-party tools. It's lightweight but powerful and deeply integrated, so you can drop a file into split view, sign it, send it off, all without breaking your flow. Custom folders may sound really small, but they completely change how the iPad and the Mac feel to use. Now you can natively add colors, icons, or even symbols to your folders. This makes them more visual, more personal, and way easier to scan at a glance. But there are some current limitations. You can only choose from 6 different colors. And while emojis work well when they have their own background, the icons are too subtle to see clearly, especially when you're in a list view. Though it is a tiny feature, it has a huge quality of life impact, especially if you're working across projects or managing clutter. Now, when it comes to accessing apps, files and folders, actions, or clipboard history, Apple's Spotlight feature has been a miss so far. Now with this update, they've brought all of this together inside of Spotlight, replacing the need for third-party apps for regular users. Once you bring up Spotlight and hover your mouse, you will see 4 core categories. One is for apps, the second for files and folders, third for actions, and the fourth is the clipboard history. Now there's one that really excites me, and that's actions. Let's take an example. Let's say I'm looking for a good title for one of my videos. I bring up Spotlight and select actions. And then I type in something called YT for YouTube to activate a shortcut I created for this purpose. Now this YT key links to an Apple shortcut that I've set up. And when I run the shortcut, it prompts me to enter a draft title and a brief summary of what I'm looking for in my video. It then takes this information, opens ChatGPT, and feeds it into a custom prompt template that I've created, automatically inserting my title and summary into specific spots in that prompt template. A ChatGPT responds with 3 alternative titles that I can consider, and I can keep the conversation going if I want more options. Now the shortcut also keeps ChatGPT open, so I can continue refining the titles directly in the app if needed. And at any time, if I need to modify the template or request different inputs, I can simply adjust the Apple shortcut. Spotlight isn't just for shortcuts. You can run system or app actions like creating reminders, opening up Zoom, or starting audio recordings. Let's take the last one. For voice memos, for example, I've created these quick keys. CR is to create a recording, SR is to stop, and PR is to play it back. So Apple has finally introduced a feature similar to Google's Hold for Me, and it's called Hold Assist. Now, we all know how frustrating it is to be stuck on hold forever, especially whether you're trying to change a flight, deal with a utility company, or fix something that just won't work. Now with Hold Assist, your iPhone detects the hold music and offers to wait in line for you so you can get back to your day. And when a live agent joins the call, your phone rings to alert you and even lets the agent know you'll be there shortly. Look, I get that this is developer beta, but man, it's rough. If you're thinking of installing this on your main device, please don't. You'll be living with bugs and lag for way longer than you'd like. On my Mac, for example, I've got a bunch of apps that launch at startup, and I use them pretty much every day. And I've had to turn almost all of them off. It was giving me a massive headache to have them running in the background, flickering cursors, jumping screens, and the battery life on both my iPhone and iPad absolutely tanked. And as much as I love the look of this new liquid glass UI, it's not always practical. Folder icons are way too dim, and right now there's no way to tweak them. And they've also replaced this app expose with this new Spotlight interface. But by the way, it's structured, meaning that I have to click through extra menus just to see a list of apps by category. And let's be real, with the number of apps we all use, it's hard to remember names on the fly. All of this kind of makes me feel like Apple's drifting away from real world stuff. Like they're chasing this perfect polished look, but forgetting what actually makes things usable day to day. Hopefully by the time this ships in the fall, they'll tighten all of this up. But right now, it feels more like a design experiment than a daily driver.